I can't stress enough when you're building products, when you're building software, to really know who your customer is. And it's highly likely, it's possible that that customer is not you. So when you think about the product you're building, who you're building it for, you need to create customers that match that product and are going to use it. Until you have a customer, you don't have a business. All right. So who is your customer? That's one of the biggest, most important questions you can ask. It also is possible that you are the customer, but sometimes it's not. Now, one of the biggest fallacies that can happen on a team and for someone who is creating a product, who's founding a company, who's the CEO, anything like that, one of the biggest fallacies that can happen is to not think like your customer or to solve your customer's problems and instead say, well, if I did this or if I wanted that, or here's what it would do for me. Big mistake. All right, so you got to do it for a customer, a specific person. So you can identify somebody in a market. Then as soon as you start delving down into the problems that you're solving for that person within that market, now you have a potential customer. Then you've got to put it out there and see if that person's going to buy. And there's a few different ways you can find out ahead of time if somebody's going to buy. So one way that you can do this is you can ask people, hey, if I gave you this, how soon do you think you would buy it if it was available to you? What that does is it doesn't ask the person, would you buy it? Because you don't know if anyone's ever going to really buy it. They don't know. But a lot of times people can sense the importance to themselves if they knew, if you give them a time situation, like, okay, if this was available to you, would you buy it tomorrow? Would you buy it today? Would you buy it 6 months from now? You can get a sense of both the urgency and the value that that person will associate with it. So you can kind of gauge that way. You don't have to ask, would someone buy? The other way is you just give them a place to pre-buy. You can pre-sell to them. Those two ways are great to do. Pre-sell and ask somebody when they would buy. So that will help you identify to see if this person truly a customer. So don't build it for you unless you know you are the customer. And even then, you're probably biased in many ways. Number two, when you've got the person you think is your customer, ask them how soon do they buy this if it was made available to them, and even see if they would pre-buy your offering. All right, that's going to help you to identify your customer, make sure it's valuable to them, and then you're building it for the right person because your job is to create a customer.